gonna take us into one of my favorite antique malls in Washington. I'm looking for some more pieces to style in the living room, and I'm finding this dark academia. As much as I love it, it gets really, really dark at night. And I mean, you won't see that in the videos. I can't really show you how dark it is in real life because we use a lot more lighting when we're actually doing video and photography. But it gets really dark at night and kind of gloomy. And so I'm trying to really think about how I can balance that by bringing in a lot more white and gold decor. In fact, if that's all I had for styling, I feel like that would be appropriate. So we'll look for that. I also could go for a couple more lamps, and I would want some oil paintings, not for the living room, but we are getting ready to redo the bathroom downstairs. Just some cosmetic things. And I would love some really great artwork for the wall. I don't know about you, but I struggle with bathroom walls, with how to find the right type of artwork for bathroom walls. I don't know. I think it's difficult, but let's see what we can find in there. I do want to play a little I Spy game with you. So as we're going throughout this antique mall, I'm going to show you all the bookends that I find because they're just on my radar. Count how many we see and tell me in the comments below how many bookends were there. I love this lampshade. I thought this lamp sold. This was my inspiration piece for that brass lampshade I made. They're just made out of paper too. I thought it was metal this whole time. I've been collecting quilts for my different events we're doing for the business. This one looks a little too modern. These hats are so cute. Would these be cute for 4th of July? $6. And this, oh my word, I see these all the time. It's plastic. It's supposed to look like wood. I keep my seeds in it, but it's a 70s desk organizer. It's so fun when you're in thrift stores and antique stores and you find things that, you know, are something that you grew up with or something that you already have. You're instantly connected to them. I have been eyeing these dishes for a while. I love the texture. $100. And this, I just helped design a beautiful office for someone in my behind the scenes group, and we were trying to figure out file cabinets. This would be so drop dead gorgeous. She's in a dark academia office. One thing I notice on the West Coast is how eclectic everything is. It's not so much antiques. I mean, it's just things like this. What? Oh my goodness. And I love this dress. I have restrained myself and I am not getting into vintage clothing, although I know it's all the rage. This coat, oh my goodness. One of the things I don't like about vintage clothes is that oftentimes they're polyester, and I can't stand the feeling of polyester. So there's that, and then it's like, do I really need a whole nother hobby? I mean, maybe yes. I don't know. I would totally wear this white dress with the lace collar. Are you kidding me? That's so sweet. And this, call me dramatic, but I would wear this red coat. Those buttons are so beautiful. I'm a little bit intrigued by this. I love coral. It's very expensive. But aquarium coral, what is this? Is this some man-made coral? I'm secretly working on a DIY to figure out how to make coral, and I haven't figured it out, but I will share it with you, even if I fail at all my attempts. And this piece up here, this black piece, I think it's a Victorian towel bar. It's $200, and I keep wanting to buy it. Maybe I can DIY it. I'm not gonna pay $200. And this platter, you can't tell until I put my hand like this. That is a massive platter, $50. It's like a small table. I love etchings. They are my favorite. Gorgeous, but $195. I can't quite do that. I would love to find some Christmas artwork with snowy scenes. I would love to add that to my collection of Christmas decorations. And I normally get 20 by 20 throw pillows. This one looks a little bit small. I love this inspiration for a cloche to add in a bird's nest. Sometimes you just go and you take pictures of inspiration and you don't actually buy it. But that, ooh, $89. No discount. Okay. I have this little wish to make a Peter Pan style nursery or maybe a playroom, and whenever I see ships, I just am reminded I want to do that. My favorite booths are when they're themed. If I ever have my own antique booth, it will be totally themed. You heard it here first. And this booth is always extremely boho, which I'm not, of course, decorating my house in right now. But I always like to see what she has going on in here for anyone who's interested in bohemian. And that, oh, that dresser is awesome. I gotta show you this lamp too. Check out this lamp. It's totally boho. But I kind of love it for the right place. How much is it? I think it was over $350. And then this booth is a cabiny, campy theme, and it is packed. This girl is so good at sourcing her style. And I always look in here. This would be so cute for a little boy's room or an office. Those suitcases. What a great collection there. Oh my goodness. And then these books back here. I love collections of books, you know, where they all match. I might have to come back for those. Those olive green ones. Yum. If you go up the stairs, there's always the artwork on the walls, and so we'll check these out. For the bathroom that I'm going to do has a mirror, and then the opposite wall is what I'm trying to decorate, and I don't feel like I could put another mirror next to a mirror like that. Although normally I feel like mirrors can just go anywhere. This painting, I'm kind of interested in these gold mats. I'm gonna have to DIY some of these. And I'm thinking maybe a tapestry is the way to go. What do you think? A tapestry in a bathroom? So why don't we take a moment and see what I found when I was out antiquing. I ended up grabbing 2 little feathers. These were $1 each. I'm just going to add these into the vase on my mantle. And this kind of an ongoing thing. If I find good feathers, whether they are turkey or pheasant, doesn't matter, but I will continue to build my collection for the fall decorating. Then I found this champagne bucket, which I believe was $45. I love the patina on it. It made me think of an old trophy, actually. That's what I first actually thought it was, an old trophy. So I grabbed this. I'm finding that, well, I guess I only have 3 now, but that's starting to be a collection. You know what I thought would be cute for Christmas is maybe having all of them collected together and styling them up with a little tree in each champagne bucket. You might be seeing that coming. And then speaking of trees, found myself a little bottle brush tree. This one actually looks pretty, you know, modern because of this base. I actually might change that or just put it in a container. But I love cream bottle brush trees. This was a nice size. So this was only a few dollars, so I got that. Then I also collect drink dispensers. I have several of them, and they're really easy to find in antique stores and thrift shops. What I am sad to say is that oftentimes the spigots give out more quickly than you plan on them. And so you can use them for something else and, you know, put a cork maybe in, take the spigot out, put a cork in there and serve maybe your cereal out of glass jars. I do that. Also, you can go on Amazon and buy a replacement spigot as well. But I did need some more. I use them for parties all the time. And then my next door neighbor does weddings, and so she borrows them too. Okay, and then this guy, let's just have a look at this one. This was one that I was shopping with my husband, and you know, anytime, well, with my husband anyway, anytime I can get him into a thrift store or an antique store, I know he's being extra sweet to me. So he came in and he found this duck and fell in love with it like a little boy and just couldn't stop talking about the duck. And so I said, well, let's get it. I could tell that made the excursion that much more fun because he got to pick out something. He loves it. He wants it on his desk. He's already named it. I think he named it Duck Duck Go. So that's for him. And the colors worked in my mind. They're like, these are the colors of our room. This will be fine. Okay, then we have, let's put the duck down here. So I recently did a video sharing this pin tuck pillow cover from IKEA and it has a ruffle, that I had bought years ago and adored them and ran them into the ground till they're falling apart. And I kept one as my template and I remade them. I have a little tutorial coming on the journal. We're calling the blog the journal now. So there'll be a new journal entry showing these pin tuck linen lumbar pillows that are beautiful. So I made 3 of them actually. And wouldn't you know, as I was thrifting that same week, I found the original IKEA one, and it's brand new and it was just a few dollars. So I bought one, at least as a backup when the other ones are in the laundry. So love that. And then the last thing I found was this platter. And it's not just transferware. I feel like it's a lot more elegant, a lot more unique, from England. And the color is the exact color of my living room walls. And so I felt like this would be a good grounding piece in the living room, especially on the trunk. I needed to bring in a lot more white and gold. And you know, I didn't find a ton of pieces for the living room, but that is okay. I still didn't overbuy. You just have to be patient and wait for the things that are gonna work. Which brings me to something that I alluded to recently in a video. I said I am trying to be a lot more intentional with my decorating and pieces that look really collected and really curated, and things that are, and I said that are a perfect 10. And one of you in the comments asked, well, what does that mean, the perfect 10? And I think that's an excellent question. And it's something that really sparked and inspired today's video. So let me tell you what I'm looking for when I am out thrifting or antiquing, or even if someone's giving me something. What are the 5 things that this item must meet in my mind? And what are the 5 things that are important to me as I'm trying to discern what I'm going to purchase? So number 1, does it spark joy? This is a huge lesson that I push really hard in my behind the scenes design group that we meet every week. And I really try to train the women in that group how to become a lot more selective with the pieces they buy for decorating. And a lot of it has to do with, does it spark joy? And learning to hear yourself in the moment, you know, as you're trying to make a decision. So this duck, this sparked joy for my husband. You'll notice with yourself that there's even a visceral reaction, and you'll gasp, or maybe you'll like exhale, like, oh, that's so beautiful. And you just want to hug that item. Okay, that is a good candidate. That can go in the shopping pile. When I'm out shopping, and this is garage sales, this is antique stores, this is thrift stores, I go through the store and I pick things that I think could work, and I build a pile, and I don't make the decision right then. I just let them sit a little bit. And then right before I check out, I sort through that pile and I really clamp down on, is this a perfect 10? But definitely this duck we knew was a really high contender. If you have collections going and you know that you already love these things and you're going to add to them, that's a dead giveaway. So champagne buckets, you know, the bottle brush Christmas tree, I have drink dispensers. So anything that you're already collecting that you still feel like you could add to, that's kind of a no-brainer. I love pieces that are very storied. Do you know what I mean when I say that? They look like maybe no one else has it, and they've had a life of their own. And of course, that's the beauty of the vintage world, is that these things are so unique, and they look like they've maybe lived through 3 or 4 generations, some of them, and they've just been part of people's stories. And so those are always things that pull at my heartstrings. The second thing I'm looking for are the colors. You've got to be a stickler with your colors. If you are focusing on olive green in your living room, you don't buy the hunter green stuff. You buy the olive green. Oftentimes, we get way too free with our colors, and it throws off the whole look in the space. So knowing the color scheme and knowing the style that you're working with, that you're going for. And the East Coast is amazing. I mean, in my mind, I feel like I could buy so many more things on the East Coast because there's actually a traditional style there, and there are many, many, many antiques. Like, everything's an antique when you're going to Brimfield. But when you're shopping on the West Coast, it's a lot more eclectic. There's all types of items in there. They're more like collectibles, so it could be something from the 80s or the 70s, and it's just mixed in. It's not necessarily an antique. And so I have to dig a lot longer and look harder when I'm on the West Coast. Number 3, if I can somehow use it for dual purposes, I love that. So of course, I'm not going to use my bottle brush tree for a dual purpose, but this champagne bucket I could use for all kinds of things. It's not just decorative. And specifically, I feel like kitchen or baking supplies are really good in this way, or cleaning supplies, so brushes and storage, baskets and crates and things. So it's not just beautiful. We love beautiful, we love the right era and everything, but also it actually helps you in your daily life. That's a really good selling point for me. Then number 4, is it quality? Okay, especially when you're in the thrift store setting, you can get sucked into things that are like really, oh, I could use that. Oh, that's a better price in the store or whatever. But is it quality? You don't want to look like your house is from the thrift store, even though secretly we're doing a lot of that. You don't want it to look cheap. You don't want it to look like it came from the Dollar Tree. You want it to look like it cost $40, right? So challenge yourself to be picky about the quality. And then number 5, obviously the price. You saw me in the video in the antique mall. I passed over a lot of artwork that was $100 or $200, and I just feel like I could probably do better. I could even do, something that I print off of Etsy. And some people, that's their that's their thing. They want the really expensive art. And actually $200 is not expensive per se. But for me, it is. I feel like I change my art out so much that I probably am not gonna invest that kind of money in art yet. So I passed up on that. All right, so I hope that helps you on your next antiquing or thrifting excursion, and leave me in the comments below anything that you think I might have missed on my list, and I would love to hear from you. Thank you so much for watching, and I will talk to you soon. Take care.